Hey Lou,
Hey, Tren.
we're the tarot dealers. Welcome back. We're the tarot. It
We
feels
are the
like
tarot dealers. Does feel like forever.
it feels like forever.
Yeah,
I know. I know we've been back before, but just
we took
we
this
haven't been back.
we haven't. We took this little break and then we're like, oh my God, we're back. And it's February.
It's February already. Like, where the hell did January go?
And like, I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, we're the tarot dealers. We've been doing this gig for about 50 odd years
Yeah, we
between
have.
us.
We've got a lot of experience with that, with the tarot
We
cards,
do. We
and
love it.
yeah,
You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us wherever you listen to or download your
yeah,
podcast from. You can check out my website, which
yeah.
is lulufletcher.com.au. You'll find a lot of free
Oh,
stuff on there.
stuff.
Other stuff you can purchase right
Yeah,
through, meditations, workshops, all
horses.
courses, all
Yeah,
kinds of things.
yeah.
My book. Yeah,
Yes,
my
it's
book.
tarot
My
tells.
book,
Tarot
yeah.
tells.
Tarot Tells book. You can get that on the website. And Trenna does this really unique thing called tarot and tapping, and it helps you emotionally either to process what you're feeling emotionally or what the cards bring up emotionally,
Exactly.
or, or to understand the card
In
deeper,
itself.
in
Exactly.
itself deeper.
Yes.
So it's a really cool little modality that
Yes, it
she's
is.
created there.
And if you are around Capella Bar in Queensland on the 9th of February, I'm running an intermediate tarot course. If you'd like to come, just come to Elemental Connection.
There you
Yeah,
go.
9th of Feb. It's a Sunday.
There you
So if
go.
we both work out of Elemental Connection of
Yes, we do.
Capella Bar.
And I'll have
Yeah.
more to speak about what's going on for
Yeah,
me in
next
that
time.
space next
Yeah.
time. Right. So,
So
what are we doing today?
we are going to do the energies for February. Seeing
Okay.
January just whiz past.
Didn't it? And what a bang. What a bang of a month. So, let's start for February. What does the collective need to know for the months of February? Is
February
this 2020?
2025.
Yeah, so this is your collective reading for February. So let's
So what we
go.
do is Lou does her spread and then I'll do mine, and then we sort of just have a chat.
We do. So let's have a look.
Yeah.
February 2025 for the collective. What's going on?
Oh, great. We're starting off with the Nine of Swords.
Oh, okay. And
It does look better. As the month goes on, it does look better. We will explain the cards.
so interesting. And we'll take photos.
Yes.
So we'll pop it up so you
Yeah.
can have a look at all of that and just explain as we go here. Okay.
It does look a lot brighter, doesn't it? Towards the end.
Yeah, so the month of February appears to start with some worry and concern because we have the Nine of Swords, and we're using the Rider-Waite deck for those of you who are listening. So the Nine of Swords is where we see a fellow sitting in bed with his head in his hand, so indicating worry. That's followed by another sword,
Yeah.
which is the Two of Swords. So this can indicate like confusion or needing to make decision and being uncertain about that, feeling like it's an either or situation. And then that's followed by the Moon, right, which is a major card. And then that's followed by the Death card, right? And this is all in the first fucking week of
First
February.
week.
Oh my God. So February looks to be setting us up for change, is what I would say.
Big change.
Big change, because it's the Death card can represent Scorpio. So Scorpio very much is the change of everything. It's like total transformation. And the higher version of Scorpio is actually the Phoenix. So it is complete and change everywhere. Now, the moon speaks to things that maybe we haven't seen before that are now coming to the surface. So it looks like the month of February, there might be some
revelations, isn't it?
Yeah, revelations, maybe confusions about which way do I want to head. I'm not sure what I want to do. Looking at, subconscious behaviors coming up, and also things that have been hidden to be revealed. So it looks like lots of things being revealed in the first month of February. That's what that looks like. And which will then lead on to this change, which I feel is setting us up for a little later. in the month, or even next month, I think. Next month.
Moving into March.
Yeah, moving into March. So then we're moving on, and we have the Ace of Wands. So whatever transpires, whatever change occurs, it might feel like, oh, this is fucked. I don't want to do this. I don't know if I want to be here. All those, it's pretty heavy, right? All that kind of stuff. You're being asked to hold on and understand that these things are happening and that they will be blessings in disguise. That it's going to cause people to really step back and take a look at everything that's in front of them. Now, if you take your time and you don't get caught up in the drama, right, and you don't come from a place of fear, which is what all these cards are saying, if you don't come from a place of fear, you don't get caught in drama, you don't believe the illusions and delusions that you're being fed, whether that's fed by your own mind or fed by the wider collective, whatever narrative they want to spin. Don't get caught in that. Come back to yourself and discern, right? Then they're saying this is a really good thing. The Ace of Wands is representing the brand new beginning. The Six of Pentacles, losing my words. The Six of Pentacles is very much about finding the balance in that, and a more shared resource approach is the other thing that I'm feeling. So there'll be something about resources and what's happening with them. So there's a change into the resources is what I'm getting. Then we have the Three of Wands, which is where we're assessing everything and determining, well, actually, maybe it's a different direction that I want to take, or maybe I just want to have a look at how far I've come and what it's meant to not respond and react in that first month, in that first week. To not respond and react, to actually stand back. What is to wait, be patient and wait? What does that actually mean? That's actually leading to some success for you. So I feel like that, providing you do those things, this is what we're being asked. Because remember, we posed the intention around what does the collective need to know, right? So this is what they're saying. You need to know February is going to start with a bang, and then that's going to have you questioning direction, and you being asked, well, hold on, we don't need to make a decision in the first week.
No,
let's
just wait for more to be revealed.
Absolutely, because there seems to be a bit of stuff coming up that we didn't see before, didn't know about before, and that might shift your direction somewhat. That's what I'm getting for that. But I have success on that, right? And what I like about the following week is that we have the Nine of Wands. Now, that's telling us, when we look at that particular card in the Rider-Waite, we see a fellow standing in front of a lot of wands. He's holding one wand, and there's a lot of wands behind him. And that's actually saying that, like, the work is done, right? So there's some things that have been done that you don't have to worry about anymore. There's still this caution. So we're still feeling a little cautious at that time. And then we have the Hierophant in the World. Now, this to me is saying that, like, our world is changing somehow. So what we've known to be a certain thing and the things we've done in the past, because the Hierophant is about the tradition and the custom and the seeking advice and counsel and all of that, it would appear that we're going to be potentially seeking our own advice and our own counsel and ending of something, because the world is different. There's something changed, whether that's in a finance sector or an IT sector. Like, if you're listening to the chatter out there, you know that there's changes in that area. So it looks like that's going to start to be a little more solidified toward the end of February. And then we have the King of Swords. Now, from a collective point of view, I feel like the King of Swords is asking us, this is why I've said that we're like leading ourselves, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what the King is doing. And his sword in the Rider-Waite leans to the side. So he's lenient. He still likes the truth, right? He's a truth teller. He leads with logic and reason. So that's going to be really challenging, I feel, because the start of the month is very much about trusting your intuition, and then towards the end, it's like, well, actually, you need to be a little bit rational with this stuff,
more logical around.
More logical. So I feel we're going to need to strike a balance this month, very much between those two things, and walk a fine line, and always come back, I believe, to your own intuition and your own self master of
master,
self-leadership. Like,
yeah.
what's your body actually telling you is what I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
about
especially with that king, it's like we talk about intuition, everything. We need to get our head out of the clouds.
Absolutely need to
because
get your head out
his
of the
head is
clouds.
above the clouds, and that's why I kept hearing you get your head out of the clouds. So it's like
Yeah.
we can't stay in our intuition all the time. We have to come out and actually look at things logically.
Well, we're living
rationally.
the earth plane, right?
Yeah.
And I think like intuition is great, absolutely, to
we
lead
need
us,
it, don't we?
and
Yeah.
absolutely you should always, I
Yeah.
feel, lead with that. But we're still living a human
Yeah.
existence on this earthly plane, and I think like whatever information we're given intuitively, we need to be able to work with it
Bring it down here.
as a human on
Yeah.
the fucking earth plane. Like,
Yeah.
really? Because that's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's also interesting on this king is there's butterflies. Now, remember I spoke about in the first week of February, we're looking at like the death card, which is
Yes.
total transformation. This too is
Is a
total
transformation.
transformation. So I'm feeling that's a good thing to be
Yes.
transformed. And then we look at the last week, and I really feel like the last week is going to be about releasing that old part of yourself and letting that die.
Yeah.
So there's something about the way you used to think, or the things that you thought you knew. It's very much about letting that fall away, letting the past go. That is not where it is anymore. And it's also about like a lot of forgiveness around the past, I feel. It just feels like whatever is coming through, it's going to put us in a position where we have a little bit of a head wobble around, oh, that doesn't really matter anymore. Like, that was such a trivial thing to be upset or concerned about.
Exactly.
And yet in the moment, it certainly didn't feel like that.
That's right.
But this is what it looks like, because we are absolutely being asked to let go of those old ways completely, to reflect upon the past, to honor our inner child, and to love. Because that's what we end with, is to love.
With the cup,
right?
Ace of Cups, because we after the king, we've got the Page of Cups. So again, that's the new beginnings, isn't it? It's being curious about things. It's looking at things differently.
Absolutely, looking at things differently.
differently.
What once filled your cup may not fill your cup anymore.
Exactly.
So I feel like even like routines may change. There's something like what you used to do isn't what you're going to be doing. So
because there's definitely endings with the Ten of Swords.
Death of something, right?
That death is really coming through the whole of the month, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. So, and the death of because the swords are about the thoughts and the beliefs and ideas. Also, I had this card just today, which for the collective message, which was very much about, I felt hysteria, right, and overreaction.
Yes.
So watch yourself. Are you caught in that?
Are you the one overreacting,
or is somebody else overreacting? Either way, the latest thing I've taken to saying is that's fascinating. So
just stand back and watch.
Including about yourself. Be fascinated about, oh, look, I'm still behaving that way. Or, oh, wow, I didn't know I thought that or felt that, right? Be fascinated.
And basically question everything. No, especially with that coming from that King of Swords type. Question everything,
right? And then check it in with your intuition. Like, yes, I need to be rational here, but does it feel right? Is what I'm seeing and feeling and sensing actually right for me? Right. That's what I would say. And then of course we're being literally handed love.
Yes.
So the hand of love is what I heard from that. So very much be forgiving of self and accepting of self, of this new self, and it's okay to move forward is definitely what I'm getting for that. So it makes sense.
It does. I'm just going to take a photo, because as soon as we pack it up, I'll forget what we said.
That's all right. I'm going to look at the subconscious piece just to throw another thing in there, Tren. And this time we have the Four of Wands. Now, this Four of Wands speaks very much to community. So it is
building foundations.
Yeah, and the Four is very much about that stability, right? So I feel like we come from a place of love. We work with community. That's what I'm feeling. It's a little more
it is more community. It's more coming together, isn't it?
Coming together, stay connected is what I would say. So the month of February starts with a bang.
Yes.
Accept whatever change is occurring. Understand it's for the better. It may not feel like it in the moment, but it will be for the better. We're going to be scanning our worlds, our environments, and deciding what we actually want to do moving forward. Discern.
Yes, very much
Right,
discern.
very much discern. Releasing, letting go of the old, and then please, the cards are indicating move forward with love, acceptance, and all of that good
Exactly,
stuff that we know,
yes.
and connect with community. So that's my take on the energies of February.
In February,
We're
right.
going to pack this lot up, and Tren's about to
We'll
do
just
her
see,
magic.
and we'll just sort of compare.
We
see
will
what,
compare.
be interesting to see what cards come out.
It will
And
be.
let's see what we need to know or focus on for the month of February 2025. For the collective, as we said. For the collective.
Yeah.
Not just us, it's for the collective. It's all of you. What is it we need to know? Oh, we're starting off with the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Again, endings, isn't it? Now that's interesting.
Isn't it? And we'll talk about
We'll,
what we
we'll talk
find
about why I said
interesting
that.
in a second.
Fascinating.
Fascinating, yeah. Absolutely fascinating. So, yeah.
Now, again, now I've got a lot more major arcana than Lou did.
Yes, you do.
And what I check my deck every time to make sure they're all upright. I don't like reading reverse cards. I have 2 reverse cards, and they're interesting because one's the Tower and one's the Devil. And they are the only 2 that are reversed, and I don't know why they're reversed.
Let's go.
So we start off with the Wheel of Fortune. So we are definitely in that cycle, that turning point, and it might be that point of, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Absolutely.
It's okay. It's okay to be in that state of, I just got no idea. But then we move into the world. So even though we're in this I don't know situation, part of me feels like we know things are ending, things are changing with
Things
that
are
world.
changing.
And then we have the Knight of Swords, so it's happening fast.
Yes.
It's happening a lot faster than we, in a sense, maybe prepared for.
Yeah. It's like the world stage stuff is changing, and this is coming in really quickly.
And again, then we finish with the Six of Wands for this first. 6 of Cups. I'll get them up. It's the 6 of Cups that we're ending with the first week. And again, it's very much come back to community, come back to self. You know, come back to who you know.
Yeah, because it's a bit of a nostalgic thing, right? So there may be some things of the past that are coming
through,
right?
that are changing. That you're with those first couple that you're letting go of too. You know, that we can don't work anymore. That we just feel like we've outgrown too. And then
outgrown is a good word, yeah.
And then we move to Temperance into the second week. So Temperance, all the changes we're going through, be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
Be patient, be forgiving, be compassionate with yourself. And if you're compassionate with yourself, then you're compassionate with the wider community, is how I feel, because it starts with us.
Absolutely.
It starts with us.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yeah, and it's like teaching us to go with the flow, right? To trust. And go with the flow.
Yes, that word, that trust that everybody seems to be triggered by. And then we have the upside down tower. So looking at it, normally when I look at the tower, I think when it's upright, you know, the foundation is good, you know, it's just that last little bit that we've added on that's not quite right. But this tower being upside down in the second week of February, I think things are just going to be turned on its head.
Yeah.
I really think things we thought that were firm, things we thought we were secure are not completely. And in a sense, again, coming back to that word, things we thought we could trust are coming up to be not. You know, maybe we were told stories, maybe we believed certain stories, and now things are unraveling.
Yeah, we believe certain stories.
Yeah. So, and then we're moving on to the 3 of Pentacles. So again, from this tower where everything is turned upside down, the 3 of Pentacles is now allowing us to carve out what we want out of this complete change. It's how do we want our life to go from this point, because in a sense, we may be picking up the pieces
Yeah.
of what was. So if we're picking up the pieces, we can create what we want from those pieces. And then we end with the emperor. So it's very much, in a sense, we're taking a leadership role. We are taking a leadership for, I know we're talking about collective, but we're also talking about ourselves. So we need to take that leadership role for ourselves.
We the people.
We the people.
We the people.
You know,
And like I'm looking at that too, and I'm feeling like that there's going to be like some sudden staff that is going to literally turned on its head,
Yeah.
right? What we
Yeah.
once knew, like turned on
Yeah.
its head. And I feel that like that is going to rock us internally as well. But also feel because of the emperor, this might actually be a government thing.
oh, it could be.
That's what that feels like.
Yeah.
It just might be some big topples and some
yeah.
changes in there, and what is up, what we thought was up was
Is
down, and what is down is
It's
up.
yeah.
So I feel like there's a bit of that stuff going on.
Yes. And then coming into the third week, we start with the King of Cups. So it might be, again, after all that upheaval that we've just come through the first 2 weeks of Feb, with the King of Cups, again, coming into that sense of leadership, but it's more of a compassionate,
Is compassionate,
loving,
yeah.
you know, and I'm not talking about lovey-dovey. It's more just we're thinking more about how is this affecting people. And it's not just the top tier of the, you know, billionaires and whatever. It's the everybody. How does it affect everybody on a human level?
Yeah.
On a human level. Because we match it with the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles. It is. We come back to the 10 of Pentacles. So it is very much, again, the family, the extended family. It's the family we create. It's the family we bring together, the wider community. It's bringing everybody together.
Yeah, it's like generational, right?
It is.
And it's the crossing of thresholds.
Yeah, and it's also with that 10 of Pentacles, it's, I think you mentioned about the resources. It seems to be the sharing of resources.
Sharing of resources.
It's not the hoarding of resources. Or I feel like this is the start.
Yeah.
It's the start of, people are still going to hoard their resources, but it's going to be more of a, well, I can share this much. I'm going to share, and it's going to start that little slide of, okay, we can share a lot more than what we have done previously, because we move into the Empress, which again is creating a sense of wealth.
It is, isn't it? An abundance.
An abundance.
There's all this growth, this fertility. This
and again, it to
nurturing.
me, it is. It's nurturing it, and it's, I don't know, it feels like a complete change, 180, 360, whatever you do, I don't know.
we know what you mean. Yeah.
You know, from being, most times it's all about me. Now it's starting to, okay, how can we help everybody?
Everybody, it's
How
a
can we
we thing,
help
right?
the we
We move
thing?
from a me to
Yeah.
a we.
Yes. Yeah, and then we move into the 2 of Swords. So even though we're starting to open up our compassion, excuse me, our compassion and resources, we still have to stand back and go, okay, what is the best way to do this? Let's get plans in place. But before we get plans in place, we have to think about things. Which way are we going to go? How are we going to do this? So taking that step back and go, we've got the ideas, but now we need to actually really think
What's
deeply.
Right, for us.
Because coming into the 4th week, we move into the Chariot, which again is that movement, isn't it? It's the movement. Again, we have the choices about which way we're going, how we're getting there, but we are moving into that movement time. We're not standing still anymore. It's like we're not stuck in the mud.
Yeah, I've got a theory on that. So finish this and then I'll keep talking about that.
And then look at that, 2 sevens right beside it.
There you go.
And then we go the 7 of Cups. So again, in a sense, we're going to have a few more choices than we've had before, and that may lead to a little bit of feeling of anxiety, overwhelm, and everything. So if we feel into that, it's like, hang on, again, pull yourself back.
Yeah, pull
yourself back. You don't have to get involved in other people's dramas.
No, you don't.
Pull yourself back, observe, feel in yourself what is right for me. Because then we move into the Lovers. And again, coming back to the community, you know, I know it's the lovers and there's certain connections to be made, but it feels like it's bigger than just 2 or 3 people. It's a community.
Yeah,
We're building a community. And then we're ending with the upside down devil, the reverse devil. So again, I think that's very much quite literally unchaining ourselves from certain ideals that we have been following blindly for too long.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, what's really interesting about your reading and my reading, because
Yeah.
they both started a little bit like with a
Bit
bang,
wobbly.
and then a bit wobbly, and then
Yeah.
sort of moved on
Yeah.
to be much freer or
Yeah.
calmer. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Mars comes out of retrograde on the 24th of Feb. So
Oh, that makes sense.
that makes sense when you look at it. It's like, no wonder we move forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that
It's like
makes
the brakes
sense to
are
me.
off,
The
isn't
brakes
it?
are off, and away we go. So
Yeah.
that's what we think.
We think so. I'm just going to take a photo so I can put this up for next, so you can see what we were talking about. And then we'd love to know what your take is on February.
Yes, we would love to know what your take
Oh, and
is.
I'm just going to, before we go, I'm going to see what the subconscious, we have strength on the bottom,
Which is
which is all about, we can do this.
we
can do this. We've got, yes, we have the outer strength, but it's more of an inner strength that we are calling on. We are building.
Absolutely. We are building on that. And
Yeah.
that speaks into our compassion and self-compassion,
Yeah.
forgiveness and self-forgiveness. So it's going to be a theme in February, Pete.
It's really going to be a theme, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely going to be a theme. So there you have it.
So what were you going to say about, you were going to say something about chariot, I think. You've got a theory about the chariot.
No, I had a theory about, I had a theory
about the whole thing.
which was
The Mars
moving out of retrograde. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yes, that's what that is. Yeah, that makes sense. And I love it when we can see that reflected
Yes.
in the cards. And like you've got Tren's version, you've got
Yeah.
my version, and you can hear the similarities
Exactly.
in it. So can't make this shit up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, do your own spread for February, see what you come up with.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
We would love to know. So, we really appreciate you liking, commenting, sharing.
Yes.
That helps us get a little further out
Exactly.
into the big wide world.
Yes, because the more people we can reach and have a chat with, we'd love.
That's right. And the more things we can do.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, and if you've got any ideas or anything you'd like us to talk about, let us know, because we'll put it on the list.
absolutely. And what's our email?
Our email is thetarotdealers@gmail.com. .com.
Dealers@gmail.com.
Yes. Yes. So you can contact us on Facebook, Instagram, all the things.
All the socials, all the things.
Yes.
So we hope you've enjoyed
Yeah.
the energies for February.
Yes. So you get through February as best you can, but
Absolutely.
just be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. And we will catch
We'll
your
see you
beautiful
later.
faces next time.
Bye.
Big love. Bye.